Have you ever felt trapped by fear or past mistakes? Well, this sermon explores ancient stories of the dead rising and the powerful difference between reanimation and true resurrection. Through real-life moments and the words of Jesus, peace be with you, we'll discover how healing, not fear, changes everything. Come as you are. Together we'll explore peace that meets you where you are and sends you out into the world with hope. You know, when I was in college, we were having one of those before class conversations, the kind where everyone's half joking, half complaining. We were talking about something we thought, I think, was ridiculous and new, probably some new fad or trend, and we were rolling our eyes, and our professor walked in, smiled, and kind of chuckled at us. Then he said something I've never forgotten. You think this is new, don't you? It's not. People have been doing this kind of stuff for thousands of years. That moment really stuck with me. It made me realize just how much of what we call new is really just recycled over and over. People tell the same stories, make the same jokes, dance the same dances, fear the same things, even zombies. Yeah, zombies. Or maybe better said, stories of the dead coming back to life. We think of them as a recent invention, maybe starting with the Cold War sci-fi movies or Halloween costumes. But they've been around forever, literally. In the 1950s, zombie movies were everywhere, but go back earlier. 1920s and 1930s, you find more of them. Go back even further to 1818, and there's Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. But wait, there's more. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, a story that's over 4,000 years old, the goddess Ishtar threatens, I will raise the dead and they will eat the living. Think about that. That first piece of written literature we have includes an ancient version of a zombie apocalypse. So this idea that the dead might return and that it won't be good when they do is deep in the human imagination. We've been afraid of it for millennia, and I wasn't immune to it either. You know, I remember exactly where I was on December 2nd, 1983. I was 14, just a few days from turning 15. After school, my friend Stan and I rushed over to his house. His dad had recorded something very important for us, the world premiere of Michael Jackson's Thriller music video. We rewound the tape. We watched it several times. Zombies climbing out of the graves, a dark fog, Michael Jackson's eyes turning yellow, and the iconic dance. The spoken word part by Vincent Price, his eerie voice saying, the foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years. We were hooked, fascinated. Well, then in college, I took my date, now my wife Pam, to see the movie Pet Sematary. That was a mistake. Still one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. But here's the thing. In every one of those stories, the message is clear. The dead don't come back with good intentions. They come back, I guess, angry, empty, or dangerous. So now imagine being in a locked room like the disciples were just after Jesus has died. You've seen him crucified. You know where the body was laid. Now it's missing, and suddenly the very same Jesus is standing in the room with you. Let's not rush past that. The door's locked. You'd be afraid. You feel guilty, maybe even ashamed of the things you'd done before Jesus died. You wonder if the stories are true about the dead coming back to get you. So maybe in a split second, your mind goes there. But then he speaks, peace be with you. Not, why did you guys run? Not, I told you this would happen. Not, you let me down. Just peace. that's the moment everything changes. And here's where we have to talk about something important. Because what happened in that room wasn't reanimation, it was resurrection. Those two words sound similar, but they are worlds apart. Reanimation is like a Frankenstein story where something dead is brought back by unnatural means. It walks, maybe talks, but it's missing something. A sense of self. It's broken. But resurrection, that's something deeper. It's being made whole again. Not just alive, but renewed, restored by God. It's not scary. It's sacred. And that's what Jesus was showing them. He wasn't back to haunt them. He was back to heal. That line, peace be with you, wasn't just a greeting. It was a gift. It was a moment of grace. I've had my own little moments like that. I remember in 6th grade hearing my name called over the intercom. Jonathan Gantt, please report to the principal's office. I froze. I was terrified. Back then, that could mean a paddling. But sure enough, when I walked in, there it was, the paddle sitting on the desk. I thought, this is it. I'm in trouble. What on earth did I do? Turns out, I wasn't in trouble at all. They just wanted to ask which junior high I wanted to go to the next year. I felt relief. But I also remember how strong that fear was just moments before. Or think about a professor that was telling a story about having a major surgery. They told his wife that it would take at least 4 hours for the surgery. But after just 1 hour, the surgeon walked into the waiting room. His wife looked up and saw him, and her heart started racing. But before she could panic, he called out from across the room, "It's okay, it's good news." He did not wait to deliver the relief, the peace be with you. He didn't let her fear grow. He met her eyes and gave her peace. That's just what Jesus did too. He didn't knock on the door or wait for permission. He showed up, scars and all. And the first words out of his mouth were, "Peace be with you." It's peace not as the world gives, not just calm instead of chaos, but peace that has survived death, peace that has scars, peace that knows fear and speaks anyway. That's the kind of peace we need. That's the kind of peace we're meant to carry. So I'll ask you this. What might we be locked in rooms in our lives? What parts of you are still hiding? What places in your heart need to hear those words, peace be with you? And more than that, who around you needs you to bring that peace to them? Because Jesus didn't say, hey, stay here. He said, as the Father has sent me, so I send you. So go. Go with peace, not passivity. Go with hope, not complacency. Go with love that looks like scars and forgiveness, that sounds like resurrection. And may the peace of Christ, the peace that walked out of that grave, walk with you, both now and forever. Amen.